Welcome, guys, to Myndscapepodcast. My name is Anas with my wife and co-host Candy.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. So, what's going on today? Any hot topics?
Hot topics. A whole lot of hot topics.
Yeah.
So you guys, bunch of yellow going on around you.
Yeah, I have a yellow hair clip and a pillow.
And you got a yellow pillow.
Yeah, it's an emoji.
Nice with the Chevy sweater.
Yes, I have a
Are you
sweater
a Chevy fan or what?
Am I a Chevy fan?
Chevy Levy?
I would have to say I haven't driven a lot of Chevys for me to be a Chevy fan. But I have recently really started loving the Chevy that, my mom gave us.
Yeah.
That was nice. Yeah.
Ooh, Mama gave us.
Yeah, mama gave us.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. Well, more like stepdad, mom, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty good truck. I really like it. It drives very smooth for how old it is,
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys interested in talking about cars or trucks or whatever, let us know. We are very...
It's more fun to drive than the Honda.
To be honest, I really do enjoy it,
Yeah.
And if we make it more louder, I think it would be a lot of fun, more powerful,
Yeah.
It's literally, I really enjoy driving.
Yeah. And for those of saying, a Honda is not fun to drive. Well, we have an SUV because we have a kid.
Yeah.
So
it's fun to drive too.
It is fun. Or maybe because we haven't been using it for a long time. We've been using the Chevy, so I guess maybe I don't know what it feels like, but
the Pilot is the first 4-wheel drive we had,
Yeah, they were all rear.
Yeah, to be honest, I would be
Front.
taking very hard turns with that vehicle, and it would be taking it really good. I'm like, wow, I see why people like 4-wheel drive. I never had a 4-wheel drive. I had the front wheel drive. We had the rear wheel drive, or you had the rear wheel drive. The truck is a rear wheel drive. It's not great in the rain.
Yeah.
The Pilot is the only car. It's an all-wheel drive, and we take it for a lot of different trips. From Vegas to California and stuff like that. It makes big difference. Especially in turns. I will be like taking turns so easily with that car. It's an SUV. It's not like slammed car that will you might think it has a better grip just because it's slower or whatever,
Yeah, I know it's stock.
Yeah, but anyways, so what's the topic of today? Come on, spill it out.
Marriage, right? Traditional marriage. You wanted to talk about traditional marriage. And then I asked you, so what is traditional marriage? What is your... Okay, is traditional marriage like a certain list of things, or is it like an opinion? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it black and white, or is it an opinion?
Traditional marriage, to me, it is a black and white. It has some gray areas, but it's very simple. What is a traditional marriage? Is to me when the family involved from both sides, and that's it. I think the non-traditional marriage, I feel like a guy or a girl do everything by themselves until they go just kind of invite their parents, be like, oh, you're invited on next week, I'm getting married. you know. And traditional marriage is kind of you bring the guy or the girl, or you go to the girl's house, you ask for for her hands, get to know the family, the brothers, the sisters, the siblings, and all that. Then they get to know you, know your family. You make sure you take your family as well, and then you guys arrange the marriage if it's possible. You guys talk about it, everybody agrees, and let's say even maybe your family, they don't like the guy or the girl, you know what I'm saying, and you really love the person, you really think your life will be good with them, whatever the case may be, you still can push toward what you want, you know what I'm saying. It's not the end. It's not like because the family involved, and you should just listen to the family. If they don't want to, you just give up and everything. If there is some really serious reasons, maybe you should listen to them,
Yeah.
But if if you're an adult enough and all that, and to take your decisions,
Yeah.
it's good to just hear and maybe keep your eye on the things that they might be concerning as far the whatever they have in their mind,
Yeah.
and just move with it. They're not gonna like disown you, I guess. Yeah. So what about you? What's your the differences you might see, or
Not so many differences, but I do want to touch on the topic where you said if your family is not basically in agreement with the person you want to marry, how would like you should do it if it's if you love them, right? Or if it's okay.
yeah.
What I have seen a lot of the time, and this is just me being part of the Western world, is like if the parents are not okay with it, like a lot of the times you what do you call, like the person doesn't follow through.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm gonna correct that, not by like a Western, not that I grew up in the West, but like growing up in like a Mexican household,
Yeah.
that's kind of how it is. If you're like your parents are not in agreement, a lot of the times you're like, dude, like my mom says like, no, she doesn't like you. Like, I mean, you're not going to say that. Or if you're kind of rude, you're going to say that.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. And then another thing, also traditional marriage would also, of course, mean like, men and women, it's not like gay, lesbian, or LGBT, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? It's like strictly between men and women.
Yeah.
And another thing is when I hear traditional marriage, for me, automatically, it's like the man goes to work and has that like, he's the head of the household. He's like strong. He leads the woman. He leads the woman, and the woman follows. And does what the man says and takes care of the kids, etc. And also a lot of the times I do see where growing up where we come from, you just have to listen to your husband, that it is what it is. You know what I mean? And sometimes husbands can take it to that like tipping point where it's like you're controlling them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to go with is all of these points that I just said. I feel like there are also some points that they're also the same reason why some people don't like to do traditional marriage. So my question to you is, do you think traditional marriage is dead because of like those certain things?
Yeah.
Like, so we agree what traditional marriage is. So
I would say traditional marriage is dead, especially here in the West, and some other side of the region of the world, they are still going by that. And I will say they have much more successful marriages than what we have here in the West, just because one lens looking at it, you see different thing, especially if you love the person, you know what I'm saying? If you really love the person, you see only flowers and hearts, you know what I'm saying? You don't see nothing else. Someone is not involved with the relationship emotionally, it can see a lot of red flags, then you can bring those to the table to you. Are you okay? He or she doing this and that. Are you know what I'm saying? Just make sure and have that conviction, and make sure you are aware of those things. You know what I'm saying? What you getting yourself into, that would be a huge change in your life, you know what I'm saying? Because come on, we all know honeymoon it gets over, 6 months, a year to 5, you know what I'm saying? Honeymoon is over, then you are with the person a day to a day, and you're gonna see the real person behind the what do you call it?
closed doors.
Closed doors, yeah, behind that honeymoon stage, Then that's why we can see here in the West, there is so much of failure marriages, you know, because of this, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like honeymoon, all love, and you know what I'm saying, this and that. Then after a while, they get, you know, they lose interest between each other. You know what I'm saying? Well, a lot of issues comes up in a way also. So
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
yeah,
I think that throughout the time, there's been a certain percentage of.
I'm sorry to interrupt. We got the coffee. You interrupt me. Come on, man.
No,
Get
go
your
ahead.
coffee. We keep forgetting about the coffee. We get, you know, we're super ready. You know, ready to go and go crazy to get, you know, to the topics and
Yeah.
you know, get to start the podcast.
And I'm just gonna say, guys, I'm sorry, but we have our 2 cats in here, and they're making quite of a ruckus. I think there's something in the window, or they're trying to get in the window seal.
Yeah.
So that's the noise. And then now Boots, the 3rd cat, has walked in too. So if you hear them,
Yeah. When we
Sorry.
close the door, they keep crying
yeah,
because they want to be involved.
yeah.
So when we open it, sometimes they can be a little bit crazy, but I don't think so. They can hear anything. They are in the background.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what are you going with it?
Oh, so I was saying, I think over the time there's been a certain percentage of men who have been abusing that like husband, head of the household role, and abusing their women in the sense where like maybe they don't have all their like rights, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
maybe they don't, you know what I mean? Maybe they're abused in different ways. You know, things like that. Like where it's like legit, like unfortunately your husband's not it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then there's another bigger percentage where the men do provide and do things by the book. You know what I mean? And the women are fine and the women are happy. So I think that the media and where we are today, I think that people have view of traditional marriage like how I described it the first time, where the men are normally abusing or controlling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their women in certain aspects. And that's why it's dying. That's my point of view. That's been happening like throughout. I mean, I would say
I think okay.
over 30, 40 years.
I think the traditional marriage is dying because I might sound misogynist, but I must say it anyways, because they give the power to women a lot. You know what I'm saying? They empower the woman in the wrong ways, and they make her think she can do everything by herself. And that's why now a lot of the women's, they don't even show the man until she get pregnant a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the guy invisible, you know, which is great for a man these days. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have all these crazy relationships and everything. You don't have to meet the dad. You don't have to meet the mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like for a man, this is just more like a problem. You just become known, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who's the sister
Yeah.
dating with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if no one know me, I'm a ghost. So
Yeah.
I'm good, right?
Yeah.
So I can be your brother. We can be in the same bar talking with somebody else and he doesn't even know me.
Yeah.
You know, then all of a sudden, you know, the sister come to the house and be like, oops, you know, or about that time, you know what I'm saying? Or about that time. Or maybe like she get pregnant, then she was like, oh, now you have to come and get to meet my parents. You know what I'm saying? And they
Yeah.
hide there for a little bit. Then they're like, oh, you know, we get...
Or they're like, heck no, and they run for the road.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I feel like the empowerment of women now that's why one of the biggest reasons, you know what I'm saying, woman, she just thinks she can do everything by herself. She doesn't need to include her family. And you know, again, you don't have to make them to choose your man, but a man to man can understand if actually this man
Yeah.
he's the right man. He's actually the man what he's telling you behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that again with females. Female will tell you exactly about other female. If this is the female, then maybe she's telling you about, you know, in closed doors, right?
Yeah.
So we understand each other as far like gender wise, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? much better. That's why it's very important to include your, your family.
Yeah.
Then we can move to the, you know what I'm saying, like who's the role model, blah blah blah. But again, we can see, because this the main important thing of the dish, which is traditional marriage, you go and ask for the daughter, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, right? And because that is not happening, we see it. And because of what I mentioned, the woman being empowered so much, you see now in a lot of household, woman is the chief. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is the boss in the house. You know what I'm saying?
I have a
And
question.
again, nothing wrong with that to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, pause that thought.
Okay.
That thought. Because you can reply it to me in a minute. So you know what's something that I was actually I had a question about. We're literally right before I showered to pray. I was watching a video of Sheikh. I think he was Sheikh. I think he was Shia, right?
Shia.
I think based off what you've told me, how there's certain discrepancies. So he was saying how basically, and I'll send it to you. Maybe you can upload it. How basically a lot of women nowadays are providing for themselves because the men have fallen through. The men are supposed to provide for their women. Like the woman should not have to worry about any like financial burdens. That no financial burdens should fall on the woman. He was saying. But because the man has fallen short, there's a lot of women nowadays that have to work to make a living. To survive. In those scenarios, in those kind of households, would you say that it's okay for the woman to kind of have maybe equal or some sort of leverage in, well, not leverage, that's probably a terrible word for me to use, but some sort of like, we're going to say what I do kind of thing because I'm making more money.
Making living, you have
or I'm
right.
taking care of myself. Okay, how about I'm taking care of myself?
Okay, so you have right to
my home, my rent, like, you know what I mean? Everything.
Yeah,
So what would you say that's fair or not fair?
No, I think, look, the end of the day, I'm not the guy I will say only a man should, his final, you have to be a role model. But at the end of the day, you want to have a conversation with your wife. You guys need to, both of you, to agree. You know what I'm saying? That's why for me, I don't go by this like, red pill, blue pill, yellow pill, all these crazy agendas. You know what I'm saying? I follow what the prophet, be peace on him, that he taught us. You know what I'm saying? He had conversations with his wives. He tried to please them much as he can, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, So I think that's what I buy to, I don't go with anything else to say, I do fall short in a lot of ways, but that's my goal. For me, it will be always, yes, I want my final decision will be taken, seriously. But if my decision is not the right one, I'm not gonna be like, well, because this is not my decision, so you should shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes I can come up with the better decisions. Maybe your woman can bring better decisions. You guys need, both of you, to discuss all the time, even if you paying the all bills and everything.
Yeah.
Come on, two heads thinking. It's not like one head.
So would you say that way that you just described should be the way both when she provides for herself, and when the man provides for himself, it should be like that all the time.
It should be equal thinking. You know what I'm saying? But and again, and the woman, what she need to do, she need to back up her husband, to push him. Okay, whatever happened in the closed doors happened, but when are going outside and talking to people and making my man as a leader. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now you hear women's are bringing their man down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
It's
yeah.
like, oh no, you know what? That was my decision because he's dumb. He does not know. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear all this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's stupid. Blah blah blah. You know. She's going crazy on him. So other people, you know what I'm saying, is gonna look down like, what are you? So you're telling me you marrying a bum? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You telling me, you know what I'm saying, and you showing you like this like a macho woman, and it's not good, you know. So you guys need to talk about it. Go, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Whatever, buying a house, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do all the time. All the decision, I don't come.
That's what I was just gonna say. Like you're very spot. You actually described our relationship.
Yeah, no,
you
like we all the
I was
time.
like, that's exactly how you are.
Yeah, all the time we talk, or like, should we move here? What do you think about
Yeah.
that? So that's why I like your opinion too, because what it does to me when you give me your opinion, it give me better options. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I'm not able to see certain things
Or different ideas.
different ideas. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I took a certain decision and backfired on me, and I did them by myself. You know what I'm saying? So, and if I listened, you know what I'm saying, probably we're gonna be in a different places, or maybe a different outcome at least, right?
Like the Saturn you got, remember?
Yeah. So that's one of them. You know what I'm saying? So
There's and I bring that up because there's been very little, but like unique situations you've gotten yourself into where you didn't take my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
But it's still nice that you do.
But at least I do listen. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Then I'll be like, okay, you know, I think my opinion here, or no, my decision here will be better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're just betting. You know, you're betting on yourself more, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think both opinion, it does matter, and it should matter. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because like she's a human and she has a brain.
Yeah.
God give her a brain, and she can give you good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? A good advice.
Yeah.
Also,
It's like
you know?
it's funny that you use the word betting because that's kind of like how it felt like today when we were trying to do the podcast for a good amount of time now.
Yeah.
But the baby wouldn't sleep. And we know it's his nap time. He fights his nap time. I was so ready to just get up and be like, you know what? I'm gonna wake him up, like not wake him up, but like pick him up and put him on a stroller, and we're just gonna walk. We're gonna walk, and then we'll be back and we'll do the podcast. And right when I was like, you know what? When I was done praying, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go get him. And you're like, no, trust me, he's like falling asleep. You know.
Yeah.
And then what did you say earlier? You're like, I was like, I feel bad. You're like, no, trust me. Like I know what's best for him.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dude, I feel terrible. Like he's crying. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why we.
But it's not like crying. He's
mowing.
like he's whining.
Whining,
He's
mowing,
whining.
yeah. So no, that's exactly what it is. So I do have emotions too. I don't like to maybe cry to a certain extent or whatever. But
Yeah.
you're so emotional, or you because you're a woman, you're more emotional. For me, sometimes I use logic. I was like, okay, he literally slept like 15 minutes and he woke up.
fell asleep in your
and he
arms,
was
yeah.
so tired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He been up for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know something caused him to wake up. You know what I'm saying? So it was
when you transferred him over.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it was a loud noise in the house we did or anything like that. Then he woke up. It was like, and you know how it is when he opened his eyes, he don't want to close it back up. You know. So and I know he need to go back to sleep. You know. And how long he been sleeping? Almost like 2 hours now.
Has it been 2 hours?
No, an hour and a half. Anyways, but it's been a while. He been sleeping because I just understand he need to sleep. You know what I'm saying? You might hate me, you and him, for like, no, you gotta go to sleep. But I know it's beneficial for him. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying is I don't go by. You should listen to your man all the time. Yeah, you should listen to your man. He should listen to. You know what I'm saying? Both of you
Listen
guys
to each other all the time.
Listen to each other all the time. But I think the greatest woman always make her man his the best. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not like, fighting to show yourself, like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what?
And because again, this is advice for a lot of women out there. And if you keep doing that, he's gonna do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He want to show like my wife is the best wife in earth. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like what I see when I hear a lot of times, a lot of women, they bring their man down.
Yeah.
And that's not bueno.
Yeah.
Because if your man being disrespected and a bum, nobody's gonna give him respect. That means nobody's gonna respect you as well. Also,
Yeah. So you're with a bum and a whatever.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that never really made sense, right?
What?
Like here you are complaining about your man, calling him all these things, but yet you did not have the intelligence to, like detect all that beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. That's why whatever happens between doors stays between doors. You know what I'm saying? And like,
because maybe she might have a crazy day, and then
no,
you want him to cover.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we both of us we still fall short, but even me, I have to work on it because my ego sometimes can get in the way and stuff like that, and I'm very hard headed too. I'm bitter also. But I'm aware of it, and I think when sometimes you're aware of it, you have to read yourself again and do better next time.
So, when I would honestly call myself an alpha female. If they asked me like what kind of woman could you describe you in with one word, I would probably use alpha.
Or you gonna use your alpha and female?
And I say
what makes you alpha female?
What I mean by that, I'm pretty good in my household. Like I grew up learning how to like cook, clean, respect others, religion, all these things. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes I like growing up. Of course, I'm not perfect. I chose not to like strictly follow that, but for the majority of my life, I usually follow that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do have like one or like a handful of things that I fall short on, but for the majority of the time, like even at work, I excel really well. I'm always like the top performer in whatever work I decide to do. Whatever I lay my hands on, I'm like, I always end up in the top 10. Not 10, but top 5.
Yeah. Can I make a very small disclaimer in there? You know, well, I don't know. You never heard me, and inshallah, you would never ever heard me. I use alpha male. Never. You know what I'm saying? Because and who use this kind of word only like in the West? You know what I'm saying? If you go like in the different countries, you don't hear a guy saying, "I'm like the." Whatever,
the
man.
alpha and the beta.
You know what I'm saying?
The catfish.
No, the beta, man, it's used, so like you look, you're not manly, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the thing is, alpha male or alpha female, it's not the right description for a human being, or it's not even the right fit for people. Let me explain why.
Let me just say your quick disclaimer, but let me just say what I was gonna say really quick. So I was just describing like my I was trying to get people to understand. So here in the Western, when you hear alpha female, she's possesses a lot of things. You know what I mean? She's great, top. That's what it's really referred to. And I say that because that's the kind of woman I am. People who know me, you know what I mean? You can see my face. I'm pretty strong, pretty forward. You know what I mean? I can be very blunt sometimes. And you are very equal. You know what I mean? You're a top performer. You're strong-headed. You can be the sweetest guy, but you also have anger. You know what I mean? And you have a big ego sometimes. And sometimes you're very humble. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're all those ways. You're like the opposite of me, a male. We're very similar. How would you say is the best way to navigate that kind of relationship? You know what I mean? Because you see that a lot out there where the woman, they have like someone who's the same, but they're like, I'm more than you. I'm better than you. Like, yeah, you're my husband, my partner, whatever, my boyfriend, and I'm more than you. That's why you see these women walking all over men sometimes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. Or trying to. You know what I mean?
No,
and sometimes they succeed or sometimes they don't.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me use the bathroom. So I understand exactly what you're saying. So basically a male and a female, right? Both of them, quote unquote, alpha male, alpha female and alpha male, right?
Yeah. Dominant,
right? And how they can have a relationship together, you know what I'm saying? Like two strong personalities, right? I think nothing wrong with the woman having a strong personality, in my opinion, right? But always a man, you need to outweigh her.
Yeah.
right? So if you put in a man, man here and female here, right? Then a female, she's way more dominant,
Yeah.
then it's not gonna work out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the man need to submit to her decisions, to her lifestyle.
Someone
whatever.
has to submit.
Someone has to submit.
It can't be the same.
But as long a man more, more stronger in his personality,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and his qualities and stuff like that, it will, his wife, she's gonna try to like fight him and stuff like that, but always she's gonna submit. You know what I'm saying? She's always she's gonna listen. She's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like lifting or boxing or something. Someone stronger, scalable, he's gonna beat up someone. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that, right? So it's nothing wrong. Some females just, they have those treats, naturally. Sometimes have them because of the life that they went through, or the household they been born into. You know what I'm saying? Being independent.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see that when the father, it's not in the household,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Good point.
And a lot of females in house, and the mom, she's a strong mom, independent on herself, and she's raising all these like literally like raising a boys in the female's body almost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they have to, make sure they are secure, they're safe, they are fed and stuff like that. So they start picking up all these man traits, you know what I'm saying? And I think, in my opinion, as long as it's manageable, it's not bad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But always those females, they need to be with someone just a little bit more stronger than them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And again,
it takes a strong man, I think, right, to take care of that kind of female, to be like way ahead, in the economic area, where they can provide and support their woman in order for her to, be the best female version of herself that she can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of females, when they grow up, like, that's hard for them to deprogram themselves in a way to kind of like be the super feminist, ladies, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I think they are feminine in my opinion, or there is some very like almost like a man. I think that's like more, she has a testosterone level just more higher, but overall it's just like I said, they being dependent on themselves in the household and stuff like that, very young age, and they pick up in certain traits, and they make them a little bit stronger. And again, I think the life we live right now, we want strong women's,
Yes.
We don't want to like very weak and independent women. I think dependent women is a good thing, actually. You know what I'm saying? Being able to navigate yourself through life, you know what I'm saying? If let's say a man travel or something like that for work and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to go and get things done for yourself, for your family and stuff like that, so you don't want a naive woman, and you don't want like a man in a woman's body either, you know what I'm saying? So you want that, good balance, you know what I'm saying? And I will say why I don't like the term of alpha male or alpha female, you know what I'm saying? I think because we're human, all of us, we fall short on things, Yes, of course, like you mentioned earlier, you can be a dominant in certain areas, but there is a lot of areas in your life you're not dominant, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, maybe I'm using a different lens looking at it. I think someone at alpha, you know what I'm saying, dominant every aspect of life, you know what I'm saying? But I promise you, there is none as such a human being dominant in everything, you know what I'm saying? And again, on the prophecy, like the Prophet Muhammad, be peace on him, that he was dominant in every aspect of life, you know what I'm saying? He had multiple women's, he was super equal to them, you know what I'm saying? Never make them a sin in his life, you know what I'm saying? And which is, all the prophets never made a sin, you know what I'm saying? They make a mistake, but not a sin. Two different things, And he was strong, you know what I'm saying? He has big cows from the people, like a camel or horse. From I remember, like he doesn't get low, on his knees and everything. He will jump He will jump straight back in his back. You know what I'm saying? And from the companion that describe him, his belly never exceeded his belt. You know what I'm saying? So, and they used to wrestle and everything. So he was strong from every different aspect. You know what I'm saying? No fear, no anything like that. I never someone called him or he was called, like alpha male, and even Abu Bakr Siddiq too, he was like, a jinn, I think he will, or no, the devil. The devil is say he's coming this way, I'm walking this way, right? When they come cross each other, if they see him, the devil will return. It goes somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But it was just not use this term. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, of course.
And I think especially now these days we live in, I think all of us will fall short on something. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just the term. It's just not.
Yeah, no, I totally
You
respect
can be
that.
like, like you're strong man, you know what I'm saying? Like you got your stuff together, you're strong man and stuff like that. But I don't know, or maybe because the alpha male or alpha female being associated with the wrong personality sometimes.
Maybe.
And they give a bad picture about it too. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. Because I totally understand what you're saying. But, it's kind of like today, like, a lot of the people use different like slang, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like heck yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. But anyways, they use different slang. Different things mean
different
like
thing.
I remember I was at work one day when they announced, "Oh, we're having a glizzy party." And I'm like, "What?"
Glizzy party.
They're like, "Yeah, we're having a glizzy party." And I'm like, "What is that?" They're like,
Like
"You
a
don't know what a
goddamn-
glizzy is?" I was like, "No." And literally, how old was he? I think he was like 19 or 20. He's like, "Oh, a glizzy's a hot dog."
Oh.
And I'm like, "Oh, okay. You could have just said we're having a hot dog party." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for lunch, oh, you want a glizzy? You know what I mean? So, in today's world, when you hear alpha, so I want like the people who like are watching to know, now in this generation, it means that kind of dominant, strong personality person. You know what I mean? And I don't mean it by any means that me, myself, or any other person is like impeccable. You know what I mean? No, like definitely we're humans. We have flaws, and I'm not the best at everything. There's always someone that's better than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but if you were to put me in a category of how my personality was, because you can put people in categories depending on how they are. You know what I'm saying? To kind of identify and break them down, you would put me in that category. Is what I'm trying to say.
I would put you like as a strong woman for sure. But like I said, even me, I think right now I'm a little spongy. Maybe put me a fat guy.
Right now we're going through freaking like roller coasters with our sleeping schedule and having a baby and
but to be honest, I think always being told like you're a strong man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just my personality, how I talk, how I think and stuff like that. And I think like I will put you in the same category too, because I know you like you have a dad, but you grew up with the a single mother household, you know what I'm saying? And it give you those traits. And again, in my opinion, I don't like super like a soft, not too soft, but not I like a little bit strong, independent woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to be asked for anything. You know what I'm saying? Which is good, but I think it's just for me it gets annoying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's say it just like too much asking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe if the more I grow up, maybe I can change, but probably because I'm younger now, I think this way, but I don't know. We'll see how.
I'm sure it'll get more soft over the years.
But again, you're not like you like strong, but you're soft at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's like both of us. That's what I'm saying. I think both of us, to be honest, we can match each other. You know what I'm saying?
Very.
We're sweet and soft and nice and
Zero,
you know what I'm saying?
We can go 0 to 100
right?
Like really fast.
Exactly when we need to be, when we like to be, I guess, you know? And what it is, we're like hard headed, and we're not backing down. You know what I'm saying? And and what I like about ourselves too. Sometimes when I'm going like crazy and I'm hard headed, even outside with somebody else, you be like, "Look, Anas, this is not your real person. Like, this is not like." And especially for us, we Muslims, we'd like to go by what you know. How many people you know? When I told you, I was like, "Man, if it's not my religion." This person right here, I'm gonna like F him up badly from every way. But the only thing that will actually makes me to back down is my religion.
Yeah.
No one else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like if this is not against my religion, I promise you, like it's just so, and I was like that when I was younger. I was bitter and I will take my rights right after, you know what I'm saying? I did so many bad things that I don't want to say, you know.
Yeah.
But it happens because it's just how it's just my head works that way, you know.
Yeah.
But many times now, like that's how my blood goes. It's just like, look, I'm gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I feel like I want to do it, and you'll be like, that's not you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let's chill, you know. And after that chill, it just become to my personality again. But so yeah, let's move on. Not talking about ourselves a lot, but so okay, what the things you see maybe the new modern marriage being ruined, or like just being like so different, or you know what I'm saying? Like, is that good? Maybe, you know, maybe it was just me and you. I don't know, or just accept me, especially me. Maybe I'm just like a crazy head. I don't see things for the way how they are. Maybe the new modern marriage is great, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I wouldn't say that the new modern marriage is
great.
Great. No.
I don't think, you know, we can, you know.
No, because if you think about, I mean, I don't know any statistics, but if you think about all the people who met on Tinder or online and like, I don't know, catfished or like.
Tell you exactly what the data is, you know?
Yeah.
You know, the traditional marriages, they last longer, you know, and almost forever until the couple die together, or the mother, or that, you know what I'm saying? There is a lot of kids, you know what I'm saying, than ever, right? So more kids, the marriage lasts longer, right? And a man usually is a man in the house, you know, not every household, but usually, you know what I'm saying? It's a man in the house, you know what I'm saying? Even if he's marrying a strong woman, whatever, alpha female you want to call it, whatever, always a man, you know, majority of the time is the boss in the house, right? These qualities right now, you don't see them as much.
Just really quick.
What?
Because this is like bothering me because the camera might catch it. Your lips look so dry, like so, like I can see purple from the side.
Really?
I'm just saying, I'm like, you should put like chapstick or something just in case, because like your lips look. If I see it from here, I just don't know how it's gonna look like in the camera.
Yeah,
I don't want you to look like a mummy, like like the pharaoh, like in the casket.
That's funny.
That's what I was thinking when you were talking. I kept staring at your lips. Okay.
So, you know, the traditional marriages, they last a lot longer. All the aspects that I mentioned, you know what I'm saying, because all those things. And the new modern marriages, like I said, women, you know, I would say 50% of the households, women is in control. You know what I'm saying? And control of the kids, control of everything, the bills, you know, even the men, let's say, make money and stuff like that. If she still, you know, does all the, you know, the male things, you know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with your women paying the bills and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
Or you give her money so she can pay the bills.
Yeah, to pay the bills and stuff like that. But I'm saying it just like the women's that actually more control of their men, you know what I'm saying? Of like they're more like bossy in the house than the male, right? And because, like I said, it's more because of the movement that we've been living, you know what I'm saying? Giving all this power to female, you know what I'm saying? To go and work with the male, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, majority of the jobs, every job, there is not one job that a woman cannot do these days, you know what I'm saying? Again, it's not a bad thing, but it backfired on you.
I see.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can work, but you see, with the time goes on, it backfired on you. When it backfired on you, it damages you slowly but surely from a lot of different things. It ruins your household, traditional living we've been living, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, and that's not a great for society overall,
Yeah.
and there is, and again, majority of divorces being mentioned now by women too. Women want divorce, not a man. You
Why
know what
is
I'm
that,
saying?
do you think?
Well, because she's more in control, and women always think she can do better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she it was like, well, you know what? And especially again, we spoke about social media recently. That going on social media, and she's seeing all these people, quote unquote, maybe living better than her lifestyle or whatever. She was like, she was like, oh, y'all can be a fitness model or this and that, and you know what I'm saying, and I live the best lifestyle. Like, what the heck I'm doing here with the kids, and with this bum dude and stuff like that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And a lot of times that's not the reality. She get divorced, then she need to be this fitness model. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times
Sorry.
what?
Did you burp? It was like
It's water. No, like, what's wrong with you today?
no, because I heard the and I'm like,
Woman thinks she can do better for herself, finding another man and all this crazy stuff, and being like a model fitness, and go and find someone else. But the reality is not that. So a lot of times, especially if you get divorced, in your 40s, late 30s, you know what I'm saying? But the time you're going to become this fitness model,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Probably it's not almost possible for you, depending on your genetic and all this, you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna put yourself in this old crazy rubber hole of doing all this what they call them, surgeries, and all this BBLs and all this crazy stuff to
Yeah,
achieve a
spiral.
certain look and certain
Yeah.
stuff, and hope so someone will take you seriously after all this crazy stuff you did.
Yeah.
Hope so you find someone crazy to take you actually seriously and maybe want to marry you. Probably they're not going to marry you again,
Yeah.
Probably they're going to use you as a, girlfriend until you expired, and go and find another one,
yeah.
So that's why now we have divorces more than ever. That's why we have so many relationships not married, And like I said, if you look at it from logical standpoint, right, it's more beneficial to a man. A man now, it doesn't have to be tied to any agreement or
Yeah.
any paperwork or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And having a relationship exactly like the one he's married.
Yeah.
The non-married person and with the married person, what's the difference between them? They have the same. They have a woman, they have kids, they have everything, you know what I'm saying? So there is no differences, but the difference is the guy he's married, he still hold accountable, certain degree of law and commitment, you know what I'm saying, and family and stuff like that. The one that has no paperwork or anything like that, you know what I'm saying, is hold to nothing, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? One day he's with one person, tomorrow be like, you know what, this is not working out for me. Moving out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And move to another one, move to another one, move
Yeah.
to another one, you know what I'm saying? It's just much easy mentally, financially, and everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I understand, again, the law benefits, as far marriage, women to more than a man, you
Yeah.
know, that, but again, I'm just saying again that it's good for a man not being married. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not for a woman. This is remove religion and everything, A woman, it's not in her benefit not being married. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because the only way man can behave a little better when he's married. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The hustle of getting divorced, the kids, this and that. Not being married, it can drop you any day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're seeing now actually women's being dropping a man a lot because, like I said, because of she thinks she can do better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're never satisfied with the men they have. They
Yeah.
think always they can do better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think if he's abusive, He's not the man that he's able to work a relationship with. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you have to leave the person and go move on with your life, trying to find somebody else
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But a lot of times that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? It's just being influenced in the social media and stuff like that, seeing these youngsters and, maybe having a different life of, having, having lifestyle, the way how they live and everything. You think you are missing out, you being a mother, your life is being wasted and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when you become 70 years old and that lady, she decided not to have a 70 no kids, no anything, and she followed the BBLs and all these crazy surgeries and the beauty and fun and everything, the 70 lady, she's gonna be accomplished, happy, satisfied the life she lived.
Yeah.
And another one, she's gonna be like, yes, I had so much fun, but I'm lonely and I got boots in my lap. You know what I'm saying? And there is no accomplishment.
Yeah.
Money, it fades away.
that's
House, a big house without a people, it's not a house.
What do you think about, like, given what you've said, what do you think about the women who are single and they die essentially in a way kind of bitter, because they're single, because of their past experiences?
Yeah.
And they claim, oh, I'm okay settling down with my best friend. And this doesn't necessarily mean that they're, like having an intimate relationship. It's just platonic, just because they don't want to stay like literally alone in their own home. And they say, I'm okay if that happens to me. Do you honestly think they feel that way, or do you think they're saying that to make themselves feel better?
Well, I believe always you want to make you feel yourself better, even if this is the truth. I think that's actually a good mindset to have. You know what I'm saying? I think our nature, we want to be with the opposite of gender. You know what I'm saying? So when that doesn't work out for you, yes, of course, you know what I'm saying. Even if I'm putting, there's a lot of guys too in the same situation. They've been playing around or getting, divorced at very late age, or you know what I'm saying, or they've been with their partner until they die. Sometimes it's hard for them to find someone, you know what I'm saying, and you have to swallow that, swallow that. Swallow that situation and kind of die by yourself rest of your life or whatever, without a partner, you know what I'm saying. And I think if it's meant, if you did your best to be married and and stuff like that and didn't work out, I think it's fine. But if sometimes if you had so many chances and you didn't take the right action on it, then you can live, your life, rest of your life with regret. And I think that will like drive you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Then you become bitter.
Yeah.
Talking hella negative about other people and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think all depends,
Yeah.
So, but I think that's my thought about it. Yeah. So if you guys see Mr. Ibrahim back with us in the podcast,
and
he just woke up. He
I
was
just want to
napping.
give a disclaimer to those who may think that his shirt, because I don't know if you think, but to me, his shirt is like an Easter shirt, for Easter when they hide the eggs and the bunnies. My dad got it for him.
Yeah.
And my dad doesn't know. Just disclaimer.
Yeah.
We don't
it's
celebrate
it's just
Easter.
Yeah.
I'm like, we don't
Squad.
celebrate
We're like
Easter.
bunnies.
Yeah.
We'll have nothing wrong with the Mr. Bunnies, Mrs. Bunnies. But yeah, so that's and again, so speaking of about giving the power too much to women and stuff like that. So that's the reason why you see less successful marriages. No one want to be committed. You know what I'm saying, to this dangerous movement. That being pushed into us. And something you mentioned very important. Traditional marriages. A lot of them are man more. He's the who's what do you call it, who's making the income for
Yeah.
the household, is taking care of all the bills and everything, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time the woman, staying home, take care of the kids and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And if she's able to go, maybe example, to work and stuff like that, she not necessarily need to be contributing, to toward the bills and stuff like that, which is, I think, in my opinion, again, it's just like another disclaimer.
Yeah.
I think if a woman decided to go out and work, and man, he's able to provide all the bills, everything be good, anything wrong with that, and she want to go to work, yeah, you can go to work. But the thing is, you are compromising time for your man. So let's say if he wants you to be in certain time here, take you for dinner, to have fun with you, whatever, and you're not available for him because you're working. You know what I'm saying? You are taking from his rights. You know what I'm saying? Because he's able to provide, so you can be free for him anytime he wants. Now you are being occupied.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? So that's, again, some men, you can be okay with it. Some men should be like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why you cannot be here today? So I don't want to, take you for vacation,
Yeah.
whatever it may be.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
because
yeah.
you want to work, now you just put in more hiccups in my life in a way,
Yeah. So get a job that when he's free, you're free.
Yeah.
basically.
It have to be talked between the relationship.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? If you guys agree about that, I'm just saying, everything come with a compromise, So if a man, we're not in that stage yet, but let's say if I'm able to, to provide, everything you need, right? I would like you to be free.
Yeah.
And, available for me anytime
Yeah.
I want.
So I can't get a job at like NASA and go to like a different planet for half a year.
Yeah, no, you can't. Yeah, you can't do that.
Because I want to be
know,
an astronaut so bad,
Yeah, and again, if you want to, that's what you want to do. I mean, you go ahead. You divorced. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Or like, I move on. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be waiting for something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I see it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And again, if I, maybe if you came in a different angle, whatever, I understand where you're coming from and stuff like that. Then if I give you that permission, again, I give you that permission.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To wait or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that a lot of women want to work by force, and I think that's not a good idea. If your man giving you everything you need and stuff like that, and he don't want you to work, I think you should respect that. And if you really want to go and be working, I mean, probably just get divorced, I guess.
Or have a little bit more money, maybe have that discussion with him.
Yeah, so it depends on the man also,
Yeah.
right? But what I was saying, so that was like
So,
more.
okay, so let me ask you this.
No, let me just
While we're
finish
on
my
that topic,
thought.
okay,
Just
go
let me
ahead.
So traditional marriages. So man, he's the household providing everything, right? But the thing is, with the time now goes on, and there's a lot of different agendas being pushed and stuff like that. They want to use women's power against men
Yeah.
to bring him down, so man's not able to say what they wants and do what they wants, And so how they do it now is they make everything so expensive. Everything is not affordable. You know what I'm saying? So man and female, both of them, they being pushed to be working. There is no like a choice around it. And if we go on other side of the world, you will be able to see a lot of these traditionals we are talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very
Majority of the household, only a male being working. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Only women if she want to work or she want to make more extra money for the house, but not necessary. You know what I'm saying? But here in America, 80% of us that necessary women to be able to work in if you want to live, okay life. If
Yeah.
no, you're gonna live, very, very, very tough life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Which is, I understand there's so much more opportunities these days, people can provide that, but still it's not everybody's gonna have an Amazon store, not everybody's gonna have their own business, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not logical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can the whole entire Americans be owning their business? So what are you gonna find the employees? You know what I'm saying? So the numbers, it doesn't make sense. Yes, you know what I'm saying? So the end of the day, we need to have a balance,
Yeah.
between the workers and the business owners and everything else,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So So yeah, if you want to fix this, you have to bring provide more jobs or better jobs, better pay for a man, so can women stay home, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think every man, not there is some beta mans, maybe they want their wives to go, but
Yeah.
majority of the mans, they will love their wives, their partners to stay home with the kids and stuff like that and being taken care of. I think
Yeah.
that's every man's goal, to take care of,
Instead
to
of
be
her being in the office with like a bunch of
exactly,
guys.
and being rubbing shoulders with other men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No man wants that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, yeah, you watching the baby?
Yeah, I'm like, you want to fix him? Look at his neck.
What's going on? Because he's looking at me.
Yeah,
What's going
he's
on,
just
Bubba?
looking at you.
You never see me talking? You've been on the podcast before. Yeah, you've been in the podcast before, Bubba. He just woke up from a nap.
Yeah.
The best baby ever.
Yeah.
Yes, Baba. One day we're gonna do podcasts together. You're gonna be my co-host. We're gonna kick your mom out.
I'll be the camera person.
We're gonna keep her in the background, and you're gonna be the Mr. new co-host.
Yeah.
Ibrahim. You guys get to know him now. So, what's some of your final questions so we can close this podcast?
Final questions.
Or some advice.
Well, I have one last conclusion.
I know I kind of interrupted you or I didn't allow you because I kind of don't want to forget about my thought too.
Yeah.
And
good. Yeah, because I forgot about my thought.
Goodness.
It was what was it? Oh, you were talking about providing.
Mm-hmm.
So in the event where the woman is not working and the man is working, right? The man is working, and he's providing, but he's not providing to the standard of the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Should she be allowed to go outside and like work, right? But what if she wants to go outside and work, right? Because she wants more. Maybe like
whose phone is that? Who's this? Can you stop it?
Yeah. That's it. You just press the.
Okay, go ahead.
I like how you said, whose phone is it? I'm like, because I have the headphones, so I'm like, where's it coming from? I knew it was my phone, but it's like right in front of you. Okay. So basically, if the woman wants more out of life and you're like, and the husband's like, no, you can't go to work. Like I want you to stay home, like period. And she wants more out of life. Is it okay for her to like not listen? I mean, not listen to her husband, because you should always listen to your husband. But like, what would you say in that situation?
So in that situation is okay. So if he's providing you like almost you need everything, and you want just like more to be more spoiled and stuff like that, Again, if nothing wrong with women working, right? As long as the job is respectful, things like that, your man, he's okay with it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's fine, right? But you have to understand he's gonna be compromising time with you, you know what I'm saying? So if he wants that, that's fine, Or I think as long as both of you guys come in an agreement, you know what I'm saying? But if he does not want to, I think you should listen to your man, you know what I'm saying? Try to encourage him to make more money and stuff like that, support him, maybe
Or
if
work
he has
on him making more money.
Yeah, because again,
Yeah.
a lot of women, they don't understand too. A lot of women, they just want their man to make money and be provide for their families, but they don't understand women is like literally the gas for man. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing contributing this man to actually provide for you and show you support and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Are you helping him? Are you supporting him emotionally? Are you supporting him mentally?
Yeah.
The things maybe if he has a business, are you doing something in the background to encourage and provide for better support for the business or ideas and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? That's what he says. A good woman is the backbone of man.
Yeah.
Because it's not only about having kids. It's about all other aspect of
Aspects, yeah.
of life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if there is a successful man, a lot of times because of a good woman,
Yeah.
too, and if there is like a losing man because of a woman too, it's both of them their fault. Maybe a man more his fault, but a woman her fault too. Maybe
Yeah.
it didn't do anything to inspire the guy to help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even that's not her job, but I think because you committed to marry this guy, so you're just complaining. You're
So
not
you're
like
saying she should provide some sort of emotional support
ideas,
and ideas and knowledge. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. A lot of females turn the man from 0 to 100 a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? So I think again,
It's like what they said, Keisha Cole to Gucci Mane, right? His wife,
you know what I'm saying? So like.
Or Keisha, whatever. No, not Keisha Cole, whatever her name
Women
is.
are smart and they're able to do a lot of great things. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to put your face out there. You know what I'm saying? You can just be in the background and you can make great things. You know what I'm saying? For both of you, I remember this too again. Prophet be peace on him. That someone come to him and he said, well, I'm so poor, I'm married, blah, blah, blah. I want to have, he was like, go get married. I was like, well, I can't even provide for one. You want me to go get married? He was like, yeah, go and get married. And he had him get married 7 times. He got married second time, and he was 4 times. I'm sorry. He got second time. He was like, well, I'm not. My life is still sucks. Blah blah blah. He was like, go get married 4 times. And what happened when he got married 4 times? It made him to make married 4 times. Those women start, one like producing products for him basically, and he would go to the market and sell it, and they become doing pretty good for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So those women had the different skills, and all these skills bring them together.
Allowed him to provide
very well for his family, so he's not struggling anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So your woman, that's what's like your partner. We complete each other because we have a different aspects. And I don't go by it like woman, it's she's a dumb doing. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of dumb ones because of these agendas they've been buying into. But women's nature is very smart.
Yeah.
Too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They can do a lot of great things. Yeah. Absolutely. So what's your maybe advice to some of the females are watching this,
I would say if your end goal is to settle down, marry a husband, a traditional husband, kind of like what we just described,
it should be her goal.
If that's what you want. I'm just saying because now we have so many different
agendas.
spectrums, right?
Spectrums.
So if that is your goal, that's what you want to do. I would say you have to stop dating, focus on yourself, make sure you're good, know what you want and go after it. You know what I mean? Like put yourself out there. And by what I mean by go after it, I don't mean like go on Tinder or something. I mean like go to a nice, respectable place to meet a husband. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you see now again a pretty good point. People they don't want to be having these traditional marriages, include the families, you know what I'm saying, to bring 2 people, to get married, right? What I said about last time, it says only one person two people, have to come together to create a kid, then one person takes to give a birth to a kid, right?
Yeah.
But it takes a whole village to raise a kid. You know what I'm saying? Because of the influence, the things and everything, right? The culture and everything. It takes the whole village to raise a good kid, So what do you think? Do you think you can get married just by yourself? You know what I'm saying? That's not, it's possible, but the success of that marriage is very slim. You know what I'm saying? It's very important to bring the families together. It's not, you don't have to listen to them, but just listen to the feedback and point of view. And if you're smart enough, you know how to navigate from your emotions to your actually the conversation with the other people. Or other person, you will take some feedback pretty good and will that help you to take the right decision, But you see, people, they don't listen to their parents or sisters or brothers or whatever case may be, but they will trust the matching
The matchmaker people.
yeah, exactly, the matching, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So you are trusting the app to match you with someone, you are trusting the 90 days to match you with someone, you know what I'm saying? So like this marriage now these days is a joke, literally. Like,
Yeah.
like all the 90 days bullshit again, like that's like really a marriage these days. It's like, it's not a marriage, it's just like, it's a show. That's what
Your
it is.
ticket to the American economy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
literally, it's a show. It's a money making machine for the show people. You know what I'm saying? And now everybody almost jumping on it, applying for it because you want to be
Recommending it.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Do you want to be, having influence? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to be knowing and stuff like that? So the marriage is getting destroyed slowly by surely by all these different, agendas, the fluid.
Because then the mom's out of the house, the kids go to school. What do they teach their kids at school? Which
Yeah,
is like a whole nother topic.
A whole nother topic.
But it's all
crazy.
connected.
Yeah, it's all connected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So women, I think, need to be humbled. Find a good man. You see, this man, he's not gonna be perfect. I'll tell you that. No one is perfect. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be fall short on something and somehow. As long you're willing
or
to,
they're perfect and then they change. You know what I mean?
and as long you're committed to bring other half and who is committed to work together, you know what I'm saying? And it's not necessary he need to be rich and he's the only provider. We live in a different time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you ladies have all these jobs and it's okay, go to work, you know what I'm saying? And maybe start a business together and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can do that. It's not always you need to find the perfect man in order for you to get married and start family. And if you keep waiting, your time is ticking.
Yeah.
Your time is being taken. You get an expiration date, and it's gonna be really hard to get married after that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the end of the day, a lot of men wouldn't want to get married. You don't want to, get older women. You know what I'm saying? Because people want to get kids and stuff like that. If you want to get kids,
Or they don't
and
want,
you
like,
are
baggage.
mid 30s, it's gonna be hard for you. Why? Because if I want to spend maybe another 2 or 3 years without kids, then I want to have kids. You're already in your 40s. You know what I'm saying? So the chances to have a kids with you is very slim.
Yeah.
That's another reason why a lot of people, they don't have marriage, because they want to spend their 20s in party mood, I guess, you know? But this topic is very long. We just want to, again, touch a little bit of, kind of like just see a little bit of differences. So hopefully you guys can take the right decisions and be encouraged to get married. And especially for a woman, be a conservative woman and make sure push your man to, to put that ring in your finger is very important, to, and actually it brings you a lot more closer. It feels more commitment to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we've been together, before and after, but I think the marriage, what it does is it makes it more like serious. You know what I'm saying?
And before you commit, like if you want to commit right away to somebody, I think that's good. You just have to like vouch, like see people who's gonna vouch for them, go around, ask their neighbors, ask people who know them, like what kind of person they are before you know you.
And don't trust the social media couples and everything like that. Trust me, I promise you, every couple in the whole entire world, they have some struggles, or there's like marriage coaches and stuff. Like the coaches themselves, they are getting beat up by their wives and husbands. They're home and come and coach you in your marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like don't buy by that, because two different mindsets, two different peoples, bring them together. Of course, it's gonna be arguments, chaos, and stuff like that.
Good something to relate to when you said that about, like a coach trying to coach you while their like marriage is in shambles, is that recent pastor that allegedly,
pastor someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah. You know what I mean? And he's a pastor.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't buy by these things or the lifestyle. And again, if you get jealous from all these females, like quote unquote, models living, on a boat and everything. Trust me, no one take him seriously. They're gonna hit their expiration date. The guy with the money, he want to bring someone fresher, newer, what I'm saying, to make him look good and stuff like that. And it cycles, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of women's being used as a product these days than actual human being.
Yeah.
And they're not taking notes of those things,
Yeah.
So if you have a man in your hand and he's committed, to improve and get better with you and, help each other, I think, just stick around. Like I said, it's both of you, you know what I'm saying, to do better and get better, you know what I'm saying. It's not only on one sided, you know what I'm saying. Yes, a man should live by example, but a woman should to encourage men to keep living by example, not pulling him down, you know what I'm saying. So like give him more fire, you know what I'm saying. Add more gas to the fire.
And don't spend time with people who don't respect you and have the same standards as you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And if you are with some abusive man, you're getting beat up, or women, and you're an example, he's not listening to you at all, and you don't really like that, and you hate it and everything like that. Talk to him and try to work it out with him, and or if no, you just get divorced or move on with something else because you don't want to live the rest of your life.
Yeah. Or if you're just dating, or, because there's people here dating for so long and go through so many things, and it's dude, might as well get married or just leave each other alone.
Men and women should listen to each other, and women should make her man look good. He's the best decision maker and stuff like that, and a man should say, my wife, she's the helper, the supporter, the backbone of everything that I do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. When women, bring this best version of her man, a man automatically will be the backbone is my woman. You know what I'm saying? It's it backfire on you in a good way. You know what I'm saying? But if you're there just for your own benefits, trust me, it's just a matter of time. You're going to get divorced or someone is going to cheat on you. Then it's going to be a whole another topic again. But anyways, I don't want to get this podcast crazy long. Hopefully you guys got to enjoy this podcast from me and Ibrahim and my wife. She's the best wife in earth. Why are you doing that? No, she is actually. And look, she brought beautiful baby in our life and brings a lot more joy. So that's why you guys need to take the relationship seriously, so you guys can have one of these.
So cute.
There you go. So make sure like and subscribe, comment, and you guys agree with us, you don't agree with us, and hopefully you guys get to enjoy this episode. And I will see you guys in another one. This is it. All right, guys, say hello, bye.
Bye bye.
Say bye bye. You want to say bye bye? Come here.
Say bye to grandma.
Say bye bye. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Ooh, say bye bye. No. Say bye bye. Just say bye bye. Bye. Say bye bye. Bye. Say bye. Bye. Oh, I know what he needs. He needs this so he can be the real podcaster right here, man. Okay, give me your hand. There you go. Say bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ibrahim.
Bye-bye.
Ibrahim.
Say bye-bye. All right, say them bye-bye. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go.